Another year settles into my shoulders, air heavy with history. Windows half open, city humming beneath responsibility. Yeah 40 summers in my bloodstream, calluses with dreams used to sting. I remember chasing echoes in applause. Now I calculate the cost before the cause. And post once drove every pivot, now I sit with it and sift it. Discipline and desire collide, two currents in the same tide. Part of me still wants acceleration, another part respect duration. Youth was volume without range, age rearrange the frame. I've learned endurance outlasts heat. Consistency repeats, not glamorous, not loud, but steady effort builds the ground. Information floods the feed, opinions packaged for the speed. Everybody selling hacks, cutting corners, skipping facts. I prefer the slower proof, skin in games, visible truth. Failure etched in muscle tone, lessons paid in full alone. I don't preach, I just refine, adjust design line by line. Every choice a quiet thread woven through the life I've led. Pressure doesn't leave with age, it just shifts its weight and shape. I breathe inside the friction, turn conflict into vision. Years don't break me, they define. Layer over layer in the spine. Weight becomes alignment over time. Not lighter, just a line. I carry what I've earned through every bridge I burn, through every doubt I've learned. Weight becomes design. Weight becomes. There are nights I scan the ceiling, counting debts beyond the billing. Expectations self-imposed, paths I chose and doors I close. Regret is a subtle guest, sits beside me never loud. I don't drown it, don't suppress, I allow it then assess. What is useful, what is waste, what to keep and what to replace. Emotions never disallowed, just directed, never proud. I've seen men outrun their truth, hiding cracks behind their youth. I've seen influence without base, validation chase to chase. I prefer to earn respect, small circle, strong connect. Trust that doesn't fluctuate when the numbers oscillate. Losing love I can't retrieve, left a hollow in my sleeve. But absence carved a deeper core, taught me what I'm living for. Not dependency or plea, but fidelity to memory. Carrying what once was shared without pretending it's repaired. Yeah. Repeat the word, refine the craft. Resist the urge to split in half. Feel the pull between heart and rules. Stay composed inside the duel. 40 years in fading light, it's calibrated sight. I see farther though I walk, slower in my talk. Ambition hasn't died, it's discipline applied. Not chasing every spark, just building in the dark. Role accepted, weight embraced, responsibility faced. There are tasks with my name, not for glory, not for fame. Just because I'm built to hold what requires steady control. I don't envy reckless speed, I invest in what I need. Mind sharpened by restraint, spirit tested, never faint. If the climb extends ahead, I won't romanticize the dread. I'll repeat what form my frame. Daily effort, quiet flame. Years don't ask for celebration, they demand participation. So I stand inside the span of the life I chose to plan. Years don't break me, they refine. Layer over layer in the spine. Weight becomes a guiding line. Not lighter, just a line. Not lighter, just a line. I carry what I've earned through a return, through what adjourn. Weight becomes design. Another year settles in place. It's not a burden, just a base. Breath held longer than necessary. Calendar full, mind heavier. Order on the surface, weather shifting underneath. I built routines to stabilize, early rise, strategize, structure blocks across the day, keep distraction far away, but beneath the polished frame, restless currents stake a claim. Part of me wants to erupt, disrupt the system I construct. Discipline is architecture, motion is the hidden fracture. Both insist in telling truth, both demand a form of proof. I mastered delay reaction, turned impulse into traction. Count to 10 before reply, let the sharper edge dry. Yes, suppression as a cost, energy feels slightly lost. When restraint becomes a wall, echo pressure fills the hall. I can function, I can lead, I can calculate the need, but in private I confront the weight of what I blunt. Not every urge is immature. Some are signals to explore. Difference between a vice and something vital in disguise. So I sit inside the strain, let it surface, name the pain without surrendering control or denying what I hold. There's a tension in my chest, or the fighting was repressed. I don't flee I don't freeze, I dissect it piece by piece. Friction within, I feel it spin deep beneath disciplined skin. I don't shatter, I don't fold, I let the pressure make me whole. Friction within, no need to win, both sides asking to begin. I don't silence either voice, I refine them into choice. Expectation shapes my stride, responsibility my guide. People lean on what I bring, consistency in everything. But strength can start to harden if I never grant a pardon to the softer part that aches when the memory reawakens. Lost, rewind the way I plan, risk assessed through careful scan. Heart once open without guard, now it opens slow and hard. Is that wisdom or defense? Calculated recompense. I don't dramatize the scar, but I know exactly where they are. In meetings, indecisions, imprecision, and revisions. A quiet caution, shadows trust, hope adjusted to its just a lie. Refuse to numb the core feelings, not something to ignore. If I sterilize desire, I extinguish in the fire. So I test it in the light, weight of hunger with the right. Let ambition breathe a bit without letting ego sit. That's the balance I defend. Edge and empathy blend, heartbeat under protocol. Structure holding back the call, logic longing both involved. Conflict waiting to be solved. Hey. Growth is not a polished line, it's a constant redesign. Revisiting what I believe, updating what I receive. I no longer fear the clash between the steady and the rash. It's the clash that makes me see where I lack integrity. If my discipline is fear, masquerading as severe, then it needs to be undone. Rebuild stronger when it's done. If emotion turns to flood, blurring vision into mud, then it also must be trained. Channel filter rearranged. I am not a single tone, not a statue carved in stone. I am process, not result, self-revision by default. Every cycle slightly clear while the friction reappears. Not to break what I have grown, but to claim what's fully known. So I welcome in the heat, asking both sides to compete, not for dominance or pride, but alignment from inside. Friction within, I let it spin, keep refining what I've been. I don't fracture, I evolve. Pressure teaches how to solve. Friction within, steady grin, let the dialogue begin. Every tension, every choice carves authority of voice. Surface calm, interior light. Balance is not passive drive. There's a space I don't redecorate, I leave it as it fell. Air moves through it differently, I know that air too well. There was a presence in this room, not loud, but it altered the tune of gravity I leaned toward without a contract or reward. It wasn't built on need alone, it felt like something grown, layered through ordinary days in subtle, unannounced ways. An absence entered uninvited, no warning flare ignited, just a shift in atmosphere, weight redistributed here. Objects stayed in place, but time erased a trace. The rhythm of a shared reply, the echo of a second I tried to reason with the gap, map it out, unwrap the fact, but logic couldn't reconstruct what emotion had destruct. So I stopped demanding why, let the unanswered occupy. Grief is not a storm that screams, sometimes it enters dreams, alters posture, changes tone, rewrites how you stand alone. I carry it without display, it doesn't need a stage, it lives in how I hesitate before I recalibrate. I don't chase what cannot return, I let the memory burn. Not consuming, not confined, just a contour in the mind. Whoa, yeah. Where it used to be, there's a shape in me, not empty, not complete, just altered subtly. Where it used to stay, I learned a different way to hold what fades away and still remain steady. People say that time will close every wound the spirit knows, but I don't seek erasure. Loss is also measure. It showed me what I value, what I cannot devalue, how deeply I can feel when something once was real. It trimmed away illusion, forced a new conclusion that nothing here is owned, we're only briefly alone. So now when love appears, I'm conscious of the years, not clinging out of fear, but honoring it clear. The absence taught restraint without turning me faint. It slowed my reckless side, made intention amplified. I speak with greater care because I know repair is never fully whole when something leaves the soul. Yet I refuse to harden, refuse to seal the garden. Growth requires exposure, even after not replace, just transform into space. Hey. There are moments it returns, a flicker that still burns, and laughter unexpectedly, a quiet vulnerability. It doesn't break my stride, it walks a step aside. Reminder without change, tender without pain. I learned to live with less, without becoming less. To feel without collapse, to love without relapse. The gap became a guide, not something to divide, but something to refine. How I design my time lost didn't make me cold, it made my vision bold, sharper to the brief, fragility beneath. So I keep the space intact, not frozen in the past, but open to the proof that love once spoke the truth. And even though it's gone, its imprint lingers on, not asking to return, just asking to be learned. Where it used to be, there's a depth in me, not broken, not free, just expanded quietly. Where it used to stay, I found another way to carry yesterday and move deliberately. Got through deliberately, oh yeah. Some spaces stay unfilled, not from weakness, but from what they built. After loss, the volume shifted. Noise once thrilling, now feels scripted. Opinions packaged, quickly sold. Conviction loud but rarely bold. I don't withdraw into a cave, nor do I ride every wave. There's a difference I maintain between engagement and the drain. Social currents pull for stance, instant take immediate glance. But wisdom doesn't rush to post, it studies what it values most. I've learned to guard my energy, selective with proximity. Not cold, not disconnected, just careful how I'm affected. Conversations carry weight, I don't participate in hate. If dialogue becomes a sport, I quietly cut it short. I used to chase the wider room, now I curate who consumes. Access to my inner tone, not everybody gets the zone. Experience became my guide, not trending threads amplified. If I haven't lived the claim, I don't attach my name. There's freedom in restraint and saying less than what you paint. Credibility grows slow through what you actually show. Close enough to understand, far enough to firmly stand. Part of it but not absorbed, aligned without being absorbed. I walk within the world, but I don't let it whirl. My center off its line, I choose what's mine. I stand inside the crowd, without performing loud. Connected yet aware of how much I should share. Ambition lives inside the frame, but not addicted to acclaim. Recognition feels polite, trust feels solid tight. Distant praise can evaporate when conditions fluctuate, but those who've seen the grind speak a language intertwined. So I invest in depth, not in applause breadth. Quality over scale, roots over viral trail. There were seasons I believed, visibility achieved would anchor who I am. Now I know it's a flimsy span, society reward display, but substance takes delay. Metrics fluctuate, integrity must stay. So I show up, do the part, offer skill instead of artifice a spark. If the system shifts its tone, I won't abandon what I've grown. Participation with a spine, adapt but don't resign to every passing sway that tries to pull away. Present, aware, engaged with care. Yeah. 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 Distance is not detachment, it's calibrated attachment. Knowing when to lean and when to keep unseen. I mentor without preaching, contribute without reaching for titles or display that fade by end of day. I've seen what crowds can do, lift you high then misconstrue. So I keep perspective near, hold my values clear. The world is neither foe nor friend. It bends and bends and bends. My role is to decide where I comply, where I divide. Not in anger, not in pride, but informed from inside. Experience filtered through what I know to be true. So I move among the noise as a man who makes his choice. Connected to the whole, yet anchored in his soul. I walk within the world, but I don't let it swirl. My center from its line, I choose what's mine. I stand inside the crowd, composing to care, far enough to spare. Distance is an escape, it's the shape that lets me participate. Yeah. 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 Alarm without drama, floor cool beneath my feet. Calendar waiting, body already knows the sequence. Same route, same street, bread sinking with the beat. Muscle memory in effect, small details I detect. Progress rarely announces, it accumulates in ounces. Microscopic gain, layer through the strain. I stretch beyond the comfort line, not to suffer but refine. Repetition caused the grain, patience over quick acclaim. Nobody applauds the drills, nobody tracks the quiet skills. But foundations don't complain, they just absorb the weight and strain. Discipline isn't flair, it's showing up when nobody cares. Sweat without a stage, ink across a page, reading what I once ignored, studying the deeper chord, experience cross-reference with evidence I've sensed. Internet advice is loud, certainty perform for crowds, but trial writes in bone, lessons earned alone. If the body slightly aches, it reminds me what it takes. Not heroic, not extreme, just commitment to the thing, yeah. Small steps multiplied over years applied, nothing spectacular, just regular. Daily practice, steady access, build it brick by brick. Not dramatic, automatic, habit makes it stick. Daily practice, no theatrics, refine the simple move. Every action, small reaction, proves what I improve. Nutrition measured by effect, sleep I've learned to respect. Energy is capital, allocated rational. I once chased intensity, now I value consistency. A flash can fade away, systems tend to stay. Craft refined in silence, focus without violence. Against myself with time, just incremental climb. There were seasons chasing hype, overextending type, burning fuel too fast. Momentum couldn't last, now I track sustainability. Long-term ability, endurance over spark, building in the dark. Skill isn't inherited, it's rehearsed and edited. Mistakes documented, clear, adjusted year by year. When motivation dips, routine tightens grip. Not restrictive but supportive, structure restorative. Again, adjust, repeat, trust. This is not obsession, it's intentional progression. Understanding what I can control, input shape the role. There are days the spirit drags, body heavy with old tags. I don't dramatize the way I participate, even partial effort counts when discipline amounts to showing up despite low internal light. I don't need a grand reveal to confirm that this is real. Proof exists in posture, stability, composure. Friends may never see what this routine means to me, but they feel it in reliability and grounded credibility. So I train beyond the mirror, sharpen vision clearer. Daily practice is my art, not glamorous but smart. Over time it compounds, quiet strength resounds. Daily practice, steady access, layer after layer. Not reactive, proactive, future built with care. Daily practice, simple tactics, faith in the repeat. Small decisions, clear revisions, make the whole complete. Nothing flashy, nothing loud, just another day, well allowed, yeah.
Some tasks arrive without announcement. No
But there are rooms where my voice matters, not louder, just it gathers attention when I choose to speak, because consistency runs deep. I didn't campaign for the role, didn't posture for control. It accumulated slow through what I chose to show. Reliability repeated, promises completed. When I said I stand, I stayed, even when the mood decayed. That's how it begins to shift toward the ones who do not drift. Not the flashiest in sight, but present in the fight. Not against a foe of fear, just against disappearing here. Responsibility, stack names attached, no turning back. I used to see them as constraint, now I see the faint outline of a calling. Heard without it calling, simply where my skills align with a need that's intertwined. It's not glory that I claim, it's alignment with my name. When the moment asks for more, I step towards the door. Yeah, a sign weight on my frame, not a burden, not a game. If it's mine, I hold it steady, not because I'm forced, but because I'm ready. A sign weight, I don't evade, it's the choice that I have made. Every role I undertake shapes the man I wear. There are eyes that look for cues, reading how I choose when pressure suddenly climbs. When uncertainty aligns, I've learned restraint creates space for others to find pace. Leadership without display, guidance in a measured way. Not preaching from a height, but modeling the right through habit and response through patience over impulse. The younger version sought applause, now I value quiet cause. Impact rarely trends, it settles then extends. There are days I won't release from being the steady peace, but escape with fracture trust, and trust is non-negotiable, a must. So I recalibrate energy, allocate rest without retreat, then return complete. I accept the cost involved when complexity evolves. Maturity is knowing when to say yes and when to draw a clear boundary line. Protect what must be mine. Not imposed, but chosen. Not inflated, but woven. I've seen men, I run their posts, chasing titles they can host briefly, then collapse under hidden gaps. I refuse to route. My path is about sustainability. It stands long-term advance. Role is not identity, but it reflects integrity. If I fail to show, what does that echo? So I strengthen from within, not perfection, but discipline enough to hold a space without losing grace. There are duties only I can satisfy, not because I'm rare, but because I'm there, present, prepared, aware of what I can repair and what I cannot change within the human range. I sign weight becomes a gift when ego starts to drift. It roots ambition down before it tries to crown. So I carry what is due, measured, clear and true. I sign weight on my frame, not for a status, not for a name. If it's mine, I hold it steady, calm, collected, ready. Sign weight, I don't evade. It's the life that I have made. Every role I undertake shapes the man I weigh. Oh, expectation in my head. I understand. I stand.
Elevation doesn't announce itself. It accumulates. Breath by breath. Step by step. Yeah. Ambition never left my chest, it just matured, refined its quest. Less about the spotlight glare, more about the standard I declare. There was a time I chased a peak, hungry, restless, incomplete. Now I measure up with climb by depth, not speed or shine. I don't broadcast every game, growth doesn't need campaign. It's embedded in routine, in the discipline unseen. I've learned expansion takes control of ego first, then goal. If hunger isn't trained, it leaves the mind unchained. So I feed it with precision, long-term vision, clear decision, strategic in where I invest. Energy allocated best. The aim is not to dominate or accumulate debate, but to elevate the craft and outlast the aftermath of trends that flared and fade. Promises half made, substance is my lane. Pressure fuels the game. Upward doesn't mean above, it means becoming what I'm capable of. I compete with yesterday in a quiet, focused way. Quiet ascent, no announcement sent. Progress evident in what I represent. No need to shout, no need to prove my directions in the moves. Quiet ascent, quiet ascent, quiet ascent. Fully present, every step deliberate, intelligent. Not in haste, not for show, just a steady upward flow. I respect the higher ground, but I question how it's found. If it costs a lime and lost, the summit isn't worth the cost. There were offers dressed in shine, shortcuts crossing every line. Quick expansion, instant name, but hollow at the frame. I decline without regret. Integrity's my net, catching me when winds distort. Long-term over short support, ambition paired with ethics. Otherwise it's reckless. I've seen empires built on sand collapse without a plan. I build with layer thought. Every lesson bought, experience is leverage. Wisdom is the coverage. Risk assessed, not fear. Blind spots engineered. I don't envy viral rise. Surface without size. Depth is harder won, but it outlives everyone. Breath controlled, backbone bold. Yeah, yeah. Vision old, but never cold. The climb is internal first. External growth rehearsed. If I cannot master doubt, why expand the outer route? So I audit my intent. Track where energy is spent. Refined a weak design. Strengthen every line. There are goals I haven't touched. Standards raised, adjusted much, but impatience no longer drives. Sustainability survives. I don't need immediate proof that I'm moving toward the truth. Trajectory is clear, though arrival isn't near. That's fine. The work is mine. Each plateau a chance. Too wide in stance. Quiet ascent becomes a state, not dependent on a date. Elevation earned in parts, measured in disciplined hearts. Quiet ascent, no argument. Grow the parent in my temperament. Less reaction, more command of how and where I stand. Quiet ascent, self-consent. Ambition fused with contentment. Not above, not below. Just a steady upward flow.
Height without losing ground, climb without losing sound. Step by step I rise, calm in my own eyes. Applause echoes different, depending on the distance. Some sounds fade in the hallway, some stay in the room. There was a season I refreshed the screen, tracking numbers in between. Views rising like a tide, ego subtly amplified. Distant faces, distant praise, digital bouquets. Compliments without a cost, easy gain and quickly lost. It felt good, I won't deny. Validation passing by, but when the signal glitched away, so did what it tried to say. Meanwhile in the smaller space, across the dinner table's face, questions asked without display. Are you good in a grounded way? No filters, no performance, no algorithmic endorsement, just attention undivided. Care that couldn't be divided, that's when I began to see. Scatter's not the same as key, access doesn't equal bond. Reach can stretch but still be gone if the crowd forgets my name, but the few remain the same. I know exactly what that means. Value measured in between. Close enough to count, that's the love I'm about. Not the noise that travels far, but the ones who know my scars. Close enough to see who I really be. If I have to choose the side, trust is where I reside. Public image, polished frame, private life, a different name. It's easy to impress a crowd, harder to be honest out loud with someone who's seen the doubt, knows what the silence is about, who recognizes when I stall before I make the call. Praise from strangers can inspire, spark a temporary fire, but trust from someone near requires presence year by year. Consistency in tone, following through when overthrown, admitting when I'm wrong, repairing what took long. I miss moments chasing reach, learn what metrics can I teach. Visibility is thin compared to letting someone in. There's a cost to being known beyond the curated zone, letting flaws be understood instead of only looking good. That's a heavy exchange, but the payoff doesn't change. Not the loudest cheer, but one that is here. Not the loudest fear, not the one that's real, not the widest view, but the honest view. I still value recognition for the craft and the precision. There's nothing wrong with growth or widening the scope, but if expansion steals the core, what exactly is it for? If success creates a gap between the real and the recap, then it isn't worth the trade, no matter what is made. So I build with both in mind, impact wide but roots entwined. Check my calendar for space to look someone in the face. Listen fully, not halfway, put the device away, because legacy isn't scale. It's who answers when I fail, who trusts the word I give, who knows the way I live. If history writes a line, I hope it underlines not how far my name could spread, but who felt secure instead. Close enough to count, that's the life I mount. Not the roar that fades with time, but the steady, quiet line. Close enough to see all the flaws in me. If I rise or if I fall, trust is worth it all.
Yo, room alive, but I'm grounded. Pulse high, but I'm centered. Nothing to prove tonight. Just here to move right. Yeah. Used to chase a lot of wind, now I celebrate within. Not the headline, not the hype, but the fact I held my line, kept my word when pressure rose. Shows the long road I chose, that alone deserves a toast to the version growing most. Look around, familiar faces, shed endurance in these spaces. We've all weathered private storms, adjusted shapes and reform. So when the rhythm starts to glide, I let the tension slide. Shoulder loose and posture free, earn tranquility. It's different when you know you didn't compromise the code, didn't trade your core away for a temporary display. That's a quiet kind of pride, nothing to conceal or hide. Just alignment in the chest, heart be steady, well addressed.
This isn't escape, it's appreciation for every hard conversation that built this foundation.
Not on my feet tonight, every years, but I'm moving like clear in my mind. Future bright, everything aligned just right. Light on my feet, no disguise. Truth reflected in my eyes. Did the work and paid the price. Now I dance in discipline's advice.
Energy calibrated, joy understated, not reckless, not wild, just freedom reconciled. I can laugh without regret, because the debts I met, handled what I had to face, didn't vanish from the place. There were nights I stayed composed, while the easy exit posed an attractive alternative. Short-term narrative, but I chose the longer arc. Now I spark, without the shadow of denial, no pending trial. So when the baseline rolls through experienced souls, we don't need excess to express. We nod a mutual respect, integrity intact. Celebration isn't noise, it's the absence of a void. The feeling when you pass, and your present overlap, yeah. Step clean, 3D, no lead, foundation beneath, I'm not here to outshine or I drink the timeline. I'm here to recognize growth, internalize. The circle tighter now, conversations honest. How far we come from younger drives, survival younger thrives. We toast to clarity, to earn sincerity, to choose and trust before the fame, to play in the patient game. Music in the air, but awareness still there. Nothing blurred or lost, we know the cost, and that's what makes it sweet. How restraint and rhythm meet, every beat a reminder. Self-control is kinder, so I move without escape. Fully present in the shape of a life that didn't bend for approval in the end. Light on my feet tonight, past was heavy, future light. Stood my ground, kept it tight. Now I'm moving in it light. Light on my feet tonight, past was heavy, future light. Stood my ground, kept it tight. Now moving, earned it light. Light on my feet, where every breath a quiet prayer. Not because I'm unaware, but because I chose with care. No excess, no regret, just sweat and respect. Music fades,
Strip the layers, what remains? Reputation, titles, gains. Take them off one by one. What survives when praise is done? I review my ledger clean. Every motive in between. Where I acted out of fear, where I postured to appear. There were moments I disguised. Insecurity is why I spoke with polished confidence, masking mild incompetence. There were times I held control just to feel a larger role. Subtle dominance in tone, making certainty my own. I confront it without shame. Growth requires name and blame. Not external, not the crowd. Look within and say it loud. Responsibility is sharp, cuts through ego's fragile art. If I want to claim the height, I'm assaulted every slight. Where I drifted from my creed, where ambition turned to greed. Not for money, not for fame, but attachment to my name. That's the danger I respect. Self-image unchecked. No distraction in the room. No performance to consume. Just the mirror and the truth. What I build, what I move. Yeah. Full accountability, nothing left invisibly. Every choice acknowledged clearly, even those that hurt me dearly. Full accountability, no convenient amnesty. If I stand on what I say, I must own it all the way. I must own it all the way. I've criticized the outer frame, systems chasing shallow gain. But did I ever subtly see comfort in hypocrisy? Point a finger at the trend while bending just to blend. There were compromises, small rationalizers, not at all. Tiny fractures in alignment justified by environment. That's how erosion starts, micro tears and guarded hearts. So I trace the origin of every slight distortion. Not to punish, not to drown, but to lay the burden down. Honesty is not attack, it's integrity brought back. Sharper than denial, clearer than a trial. If I demand trust near, my conduct must be clear. Consistency inside, not only for the outside. So I catalog the flaws without applause, without excuse or narrative abuse. Own it, face it, name it, replace it. 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 Self-confrontation isn't rage, it's recalibration of the page. Editing what doesn't fit, strengthening legitimate. I won't collapse under review. Truth is something I can use. It may sting, it may press, but it also cleans the mess. There's freedom in admission, clarity and precision. When I drop the need to seem better than I've been, and then I can evolve. Instead of just revolve around an image I defend until the very end. Growth demands exposure, vulnerability, composure. So I stand without a shield. Let the weaker parts be revealed, not to broadcast brokenness, but to strengthen wholeness. If tomorrow tests my claim, I won't shift the blame. I'll adjust the frame, refine the aim, because the man I say I am must survive the scan. Oh, full accountability, every flaw a lesson key. Nothing hidden underneath, truth aligned with speech. Full accountability, that's the final liberty. If I carry my own weight, I can truly elevate. Room quiet, mind clear. No enemy here, just evolution here.
Nothing added, nothing removed, just the room and the truth improved.
I used to think acceptance meant lowering the bar of intent, settling for less than fire, cooling off desire. Now I see it differently. Clarity is dignity, to recognize the shape I'm in without exaggerating sin. There are parts that never heal, just soften where they sealed. Edges rounded by the years, tension needs reduced in tears. I don't need a perfect arc, every chapter leaves a mark. Some unresolved by design, still they form a steady line. Contentment isn't sleep, it's awareness running deep. Knowing effort was sincere, even if the past unclear. I could sit without defense in imperfect competence. Grateful not because it's light, but because I stayed in the fight. Not against the world outside, but the urge to hide or rewrite the past into something vast. Breathe steady in my chest, no demand to be the best. Just align with what I've done and what I've yet to become. Yeah. As it is, I receive every loss and every lead, every game that didn't last, every shadow cast. As it is, every distant roof. Applause that used to guide, now barely shifts my stride. The circle near and known feels like solid stone. Not flashy, not immense, but rich in consequence. There were dreams I didn't reach, lessons they still teach. Redirection isn't defeat, sometimes it's complete. I honor who I was, without applause, without embarrassment. Perform a temperament that hunger built the base. Even if I changed the pace, every version had its role. Informing this control, there's beauty in the scar, and knowing where you are, and standing without claim to some untouchable name. I don't need mythology, just honest biography. Here, aware, open, prepared. The world keeps turning fast, forecasting the next forecast. But I don't have to chase every shift in space. My contribution may be small, but I show up for it all. Present in the ordinary, reliable, not legendary. And that is enough, not soft, not tough, just true. Through and through I've carried love that couldn't stay. Let it shape me anyway, not clinging to return, but grateful I could learn. Life is layer flawed wide, no reason left to hide it. This is what it brings, doesn't save some finished things. Then I accept the span of being simply man. Not myth, not mass, just equal to the task. As it is, I receive, not naive, but I believe there is value in the strain, in the joy and in the pain. As it is, I remain centered through the gain, centered through the fall, alive within it all. No crescendo, no dramatic close, just breath in the posture that knows. Yeah. Same room, different view. They're familiar, yet renew. A quiet pulse beneath the skin, where endings fold and begin. I thought the summit would be loud, a gather crowd, a final vow, but meaning moves in subtler ways and working days. An ordinary phase, the line I drew at chapter start was not a mark, but moving art. It bends with grief, extends with trust, just because it must. I carry what I couldn't keep. It walks with me, it doesn't sleep, not haunting, not erased, just gently interlaced. Experience became the guide, not what the headlines tried to sell as instant proof or rented truth. I built from touch and test, from showing up and doing best. Again, repetition as a friend, refinement over hype, depth over type. The cycle isn't trapped, it's mapped back where I began, but not the same, man. Every turn reveals how steady living heals. Return to the line, redefine the design. What was lost becomes light in a different kind of sight. Return to the start with a tempered heart, not chasing applause, just align with the cause. There were seasons I withdrew, measured what was true, kept a certain space from the public face. Not distant out of fear, but to keep the signal clear. Coexisting with the pace, without losing place. Responsibility matured, less dramatic, more assured. Understanding role is understanding soul. Ambition didn't fade, it simply changes grade. Less volume in the claim, more stamina in aim. Trust over praise, consistency over crave. The nearest eyes that see me more to me than numbers on a screen or curated a sheen. And love I couldn't hold, still feel the cold. Not dependency, but memory. Breathe in, step forward, repeat, refine. There is no final frame, no ultimate acclaim, just cycles of decision, precision within revision. I celebrate the weight of choosing how I shape each ordinary hour. That is power. Life never promised ease, only opportunities to answer who I am without a grand program. So if this circle closes, it also reopposes the comfort of complete. With questions at my feet, I walk them patiently, not urgently. The path becomes the proof, the living is the truth. And somewhere in that flow, beginning softly grow. Return to the line every time. Older in the eyes, wiser in the tries. Return to the core, ready once more. Not flawless or free, just fully me. Same room, different breath, a quiet line extending past the test.